What's up, everybody? So I've had a few requests, and in today's video we're going to do some walkarounds of the vehicles that I own, minus the walking part. So first up is the Jeep right behind me, which is the vehicle that I use the most, I rely on. I keep it the most reliable. I use it for the most recoveries. I use it for fun the most. It is a 2015 Jeep Wrangler JK 4-door. And it's a sport model. The reason I didn't get a Rubicon is because I knew that I was going to be changing axles, adding lockers, sway bars, transfer case, all that. So it would have been a waste of money to go with the Rubicon. Also, I'm sorry if there was any background noise. There's a crew over there working on our power, changing out the power poles, and there's no power in the shop. So that's half the reason I'm doing this video. Capit in Kelowna actually did most of the work on this, and I'm going to go over the most detail on this vehicle. The other ones not so much, as this is the most exciting and has the most cool parts in it. So we'll start at the front here. It's got deviate bumpers, sliders, rear bumper, spare tire holder, Warren 12,000 pound winch. It's the Xeon 12S Platinum, so it's got the wireless remote, and you can do wireless free spool on it, which is really cool for me. Yankum hooked me up with this cool fair lead, so you don't need any hooks. There's no hard parts. It hooks onto the side there. JW speakers. It's got Vivid lights up there. The 10-inch light bar there. Still has the stock 3.6 liter. It's done fine for me. In the future, yes, I'll want to do a V8 swap, but that's down the road. Dynatrac Pro Rock 44 in the front with RCVs, Reed Racing knuckles, and Yukon axle shafts in the back of stock housing. The suspension is from Evo Manufacturing. It's a long arm kit with king coilovers, and then they got the hydraulic bump stops. The tires are a 40 by 13.5 R17 Nitto. These tires have been so awesome in all types, mud, rocks, snow. They've never let me down. The Nittos are sitting on a set of 17-inch KMC bead locks. I think they call this one the Machete. It's awesome. I love the look of it, and they've been great also. I usually have an anti-rock on here, but I actually took it off because some of the ends were worn out, and I just never put it back on because the Jeep handles so good with the long arm kit without it that I just haven't gotten around to it. I actually just recently added the Rubicon 4-to-1 transfer case, but there's nothing really to show there, so it's under there. Deviate fender flares that I had coated with bed liner. Those have been awesome. And like I said earlier, also a Deviate rear bumper with the tire carrier that I just use for fuel because I don't pack a spare. Deviate tail lights. What else? Let's open the back. In here is basically just all my recovery gear, which means a whole bunch of Yankum ropes, soft shackles, steel shackles, tree savers, got the chainsaw, some sleeping bags just in case things get a little western, blankets, whole bunch of tire repair and recovery stuff in there. Yankum tow point there you can put a soft shackle through, no sharp edges. That's been awesome. Another thing is the MBRP exhaust. I've had that on since day one with no issues. A big thing about it is its high clearance, so it takes away the big donkin muffler that hangs out the back, and so you don't wreck it. Inside, not too much exciting, but soon I'm gonna be having Kenwood radios, JVC head unit and everything. I'm gonna do an install video on that and show you it, because that stuff is awesome. It just came in. Other than that, yeah, this thing has been super reliable, does everything I need it to, and like I said, is the vehicle that I use the most off-road, certainly. On to the next thing. So I'm not doing any real order here, it just happens to be what's beside me, and the next one is the van that I purchased to do filming on the show By Hook or By Cook, which is the TV show that I work on, and I'll put a link down in the description for that if you want to see it. Season 3 is coming out soon, which features this van, and we take it some crazy places. So this is a 2016 Mercedes Sprinter with the 4x4 conversion on it. It's got a little bit of a lift kit, which I think happens when they put the 4x4 lift in. I bought it all converted just less than a year ago, like I said, just for the show. But we'll do a quick little overview on that puppy. It's very dirty now because I've recently been driving it and it's dirty. It's got 33-ish inch tires on the Rhino wheels. It's got a wrap. This is for filming for the show. I didn't just put a big picture of myself on just cause. Roof rack, Thule up top, light bars on the front, back, side. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward, but it is awesome. It's got the 3-liter diesel, 5-speed auto, and like I said, it has gone some serious places down in Baja, Mexico. There's the big awning that comes out the side that also likes to catch branches. You can see more lights there. Electric step that comes down, slider door here. Yeah, not much to it. A quick side note on the van, it will be for sale very shortly, basically anytime. I'm just fixing a couple things on it, gonna take the decals off of it, and then it'll be up for sale. So if you're looking for a 4x4 Sprinter van, hit me up. Next up is this 2000 Ford F550 two-wheel drive, 7.3-liter diesel. I bought it just a few months ago, just as a heavy duty, throw whatever on the bed, whatever, don't have to worry about it. It's very basic. It's also going to be for sale pretty soon. I'm going to be upgrading trucks, so if you're in the market for a very basic, you know, never let you down truck, then hit me up for this one too. Next up, I'm going to go hop in my power wheelchair, which is a, I don't know, probably 2000-ish Kawasaki Mule. I use it all the time to get around my parents' property. They have 60 acres, so I'm not using my wheelchair to get around. It is awesome for that. We'll get in that and go check out the rest of the vehicles. There she is. She is nothing pretty, but never lets us down. All right, we're in the Mule. In case you wonder how I drive, just a stick. This one's a little customized, nice and fancy with the rubber bit so it doesn't slide off as easy, but just push a stick on the gas pedal and the brake pedal sometimes, and it works. All right, let's go check out the snowcat. Well, there she is. It's usually got a 10-foot blade on the front, but I ripped that off on a rock. It's being repaired right now, but you can see that in a future video. This is amazing. So I picked the snowcat up a few months ago. I believe it's a 1986 snow dozer is what they call it. It's an XPC hydro vehicle. So they used it to plow roads and just access up to get like radio towers or whatever they're doing, get crews up and work on that stuff. It's powered by a Ford 300 straight 6 3-speed automatic transmission, and it's kind of brake to steer. So you drag each track and it steers. It's about 9,000 pounds. The tracks, with the big wide tracks on it, it equals about 0.4 pounds per square inch of ground pressure. So it floats on the snow. Awesome. It plows snow. Awesome. It pulls people out. Awesome. I'm going to be using this for fun, for recoveries, you name it. There's some other videos on my page you can check out after this one. I'll put a little link up top and you can check those out too. What's kind of unique about this one is that it's a 4-door. Usually snowcats only have the front cab, which is 2 seats. This one's got 4, big bench across the back, 2 in the front, and a little storage box in the back to throw all your gear. Well, that's the snowcat. You'll be seeing more of that coming up in the future. Like I said, gonna fix the blade. I'll show you a video of that and we'll head out on more adventures because there's still a few months of winter left up in those mountains. But for now, we're gonna head up top. We'll pass my newest purchase in the process and then we'll go check out the rest of the vehicles that are stored up top. Just picked this one up a few days ago. She's a 1984 Pontiac Acadian, so basically a Chevette. Rear-wheel drive, rear axle's already welded, so she's ready to go for some drifting and serious off-roading. You'll be seeing more of this one on the channel soon. All right, now we're heading up top, and it is cold, if you can't tell. This is where all my jumps are and everything, which you can check out other videos for some of that goodness. And it's almost that time of year, so I'm stoked. Well, might as well do the limo first. It's the closest. So this is my Ford Limo. It's a 2003 Ford Excursion stretch limo. I got it out of Edmonton, drove it home, two-wheel drive. I then worked with Capit again to lift it up. It's about a 8 to 10 inch lift on it, 40-inch tires, 20-inch wheels, and it still has the stock V10 gas motor, and it averages about 4 miles per gallon. Yeah. So the limo is still currently two-wheel drive, but it does have the front axle out of a F350 in it. The rear axle also, I think a 2005 F350 Super Duty. I do have a transfer case for it, so we just need to figure out the electronics of actually shifting it, and then it'll be four-wheel drive, which I'm super excited about. All right, let's move over to the Army truck. We'll do that next. Meet Chumi. His name is Chumi because on the windshield it says Schumacher. Not sure how to pronounce it, so we called him Chumi. Chumi is a 1972 AM General 6x6. It's a 5-ton, has the 53-inch tires, 20,000 pound hydraulic winch on the front, top loader diffs, leaf sprung. It's a naturally aspirated Cummins straight 6 with a 5-speed stander, which has become a bit of a problem for me. I'm thinking about maybe doing an auto swap on it, maybe making it a wrecker. Not sure yet, but Chumi is awesome and only has 14,000 original miles on it. It was a military training vehicle, so it never saw any active deployments, just training down south in the sand, and yeah, obviously didn't get used that much. That's Chumi. Now we'll go check out Marge. As you can tell, I'm speeding up my tour a little bit because I'm getting very cold. This is Marge. Marge is a 2004 Chevy Silverado 1500. I got the truck for a heck of a deal. Otherwise, it's a lot easier to use a 2500 or 3500 because there's swap kits for solid front axles. On the 1500, there is not. So I used a lot of parts from TMR Customs, which I'll put a link to them. They have awesome parts, 4-link and rod ends and link stuff and you name it, brackets, trusses, all that stuff. So I used a ton of their stuff, and with a bunch of help from Jekyll Fab for some of the tuning and transmission stuff and getting all that working, she now works really good. Marge is sitting on 46-inch Mickey Thompson Baja Pro XS tires. They've been pretty good. I still need to sipe and groove them for snow. On a set of 20-inch KMC wheels. They're actually the same as my Jeep, just powder coated them a custom bronze, which I love. It's got a Warren winch mounted on the back in the trailer hitch, coilovers all around, which the coilovers are massive. I wouldn't have done, well, I probably wouldn't have done coilovers, but I definitely wouldn't have done them that big, but I happened to win them in a raffle, so that's what I had, and so that's what I went with. Again, just like the limo, the axles are out of a 2005 Super Duty, 513 gears. It's got Detroit locker in the rear and a lunchbox locker in the front. Yeah, true triangulated 4-link in the rear, radius arms in the front. It's got the stock 5.3 liter V8, like 300,000 kilometers on it. Going strong, running smooth, probably a little tired. Whenever that goes, probably put a 6-liter in there, just a little easier to tune, a little more power. But she does the trick. So last but certainly not least, this is my 1990-something Ford Dodge Plymouth Spirit. It's actually been my daily driver for the last couple months. It was supposed to just be a jump car, but it's so comfy and awesome. I've been driving it, so when the snow's completely gone and the jumps aren't muddy, it's going to be one of our victims, or cars for science. So we're going to be off-roading, jumping, whatever, seeing what we can do with them. This one, the Acadian and the van I'm going to show you next are going to be getting put through the paces, and all in the name of science. And We're gonna see how far we can push them, see how far we can take them off-road, see how far we can jump them, and all that good stuff. So if you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe and you can follow all that good times. So the last on our list is down here, the Plymouth Dodge Grand Voyager Sport Edition, Limited Edition, all that stuff. It's a recent purchase also, and it is going to be put through the paces with the cars. So it is a Plymouth Dodge Grand Voyager Sport Wagon Limited Edition. We made it even more limited with the side stack, which sounds terrible. It's one of the worst sounding exhausts I've ever heard. 2 seats in the front, all the rest are gone, and yeah, we're going to be off-roading and jumping this one also, so we'll see how it stacks up against the cars. So I know this video is a little bit different, but quite a few people have been asking for a while to check out all the vehicles, and I know it wasn't super in-depth, but we'll be going more in-depth as I use them for their individual purposes over the next few months. The weather will be getting warmer, so we'll go into the mountains. Jumps won't be so muddy, so we'll jump stuff. And let me know in the comments if there's anything more specific you want to see about any of them, and I can touch on that in the future videos. And of course, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, because there's going to be a lot of awesome content, especially over the summer. And comment, like, all that stuff, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.